All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Richmond. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The high-octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits Richmond Raceway tonight for a 130-lap race. It's race number 10. It's the final race of the season, and we're going to crown the champion tonight. Who's got what it takes to bring home the championship, and who's got what it takes to bring home the win? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers Series is in town. It's Richmond Raceway tonight, a 130-lap race. Crowning the champion here tonight. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. And we got a good one in store for you. And it is Richmond Raceway here in the Buschwackers Series. Final race of the season. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, and it's a 130-lap race, race number 10. Great three-quarter-mile track located in Richmond, Virginia. And a final race of season number 3 here in the Buschwackers Xfinity Series. Got about 9.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. I want to say thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. All the folks that are out there cheering us on. And Givaldo chatting it up already in here. He always starts us off, man. Givaldo Spinola. Linares Spinola. Starting us off here, so welcome. Good luck to him. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in the rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Take a look at the Buschwackers schedule. The final race of the season here at Richmond. Been a great season too, man. We've had some really good racing. Lime Rock Park, a new one that we've thrown out there. That was an awesome race, and we get an exciting season coming up next week. But we got to first settle the score with Richmond tonight. Get some more racing headed your way this weekend. Some more Richmond in the next gen. The Saturday Night Thunder 130-lap race. And the racing gets going at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Come on out and join us. Fun series indeed. Little Cup Series action on a Saturday night. Very storied series here at High Octane Racing League. Appreciate you being here tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash the bell, and you get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks to all those folks who have subscribed and continue to watch the races. I see a lot of people not subscribed to the channel that watch the races, please consider clicking that subscribe button. It would help me out here, get the algorithm out going, and or beat the algorithm, own the algorithm, whatever you want to say. We'll get some more people out here checking out the races, and maybe get some exciting chat as well. Take a look at the track at Richmond, located in Richmond, Virginia. 3/4 of a mile, 14 degrees of banking in the corners, and they seem pretty wide too, man. There's a lot of room to race here. 8 degrees of banking on the front stretch. That D-shaped oval, the rounded part of that D-shaped oval, and the 2 degrees of back on the back stretch. So really interesting track here at Richmond. And to get an exciting one for you. I hope we're going to have some great racing tonight. I'm sure we will. Take a look at Dana Grover here in the 89. With about 5 minutes left to go in the practice session. Dana racing from the Trax VR facility up there in the Calgary area. Is this snowing up there? I mean, that's pretty far up there. Oh man, these guys provide a place for folks visiting Calgary, and maybe even parties and so forth that want to get together. A bunch of guys get together, a bunch of ladies get together. Maybe some guys and ladies get together at the bar, and they race. Watch their friends race too. It's a festival there. It's a festival. Huge support for folks that are just getting into it. They set that stuff up for you. You got a sim rig, and you can visit your league each and every week at Trax VR. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action at Las Vegas. That's right, rolling the dice, baby. It's race number 2, man. I was in Vegas about 10 years ago ish, and wow, I'm glad I did stay an extra few days, which is kind of a mistake. But hey, you only live once, right? But hey, man, Tough Trucks will be in Vegas on August the 20th. That's coming up this Wednesday for race number 2 of a brand new season. We had a great one this Wednesday too. Wow, what a great race that was. The tire management race, and really a fun series. As I mentioned, tonight is the final race of the season. And points battle, I think, is probably pretty settled right now, unless I've done my math incorrectly. Let's see if you can bring it up here. I forgot to load it. There we go. I'm a one-man operation. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is a pretty significant lead. It's going to take a lot of things to go wrong for Claudio and a lot of things to go right for Dana to change that situation. But look right now, Dana and Gordon battling, man, tied for the second position. So we'll watch those two tonight. Dennis Jurich sits 4th. Sean Jacobs is 5th. You see Givaldo in the 6th position. He's in the dogfight there for moving up a little bit. Preston Haas is 7th. Ben Silva, 8th. Julio Galagari sits 9th in points. And Chris Hughes sits in 10th. Take a look at page number 2. Tony Furtado not able to be with us tonight. Archie Vieta been a little bit part-time as well, so he sits 12th in position. And you see Jelson Neto, Craig Marizon, Rich Nova, Jesus Iglesias, Greco Alvarez, Dan Richter, myself. I actually raced, and Luciano Villarreal. at Peyton Van Wong and getting his race in, and we'll see if he comes back next season, or he got a little busy, I think, so we'll see how that works out for him. Just about 2 minutes left in the practice session. A little under 2 minutes. And we'll kick it over to qualifications. You're like, why do you keep playing that same song over again? I don't know, man. I got a bunch of icons. I thought I had them in a row, but step on the gas. Not the case. So I just randomly click on buttons. That's how I'm playing songs. I'm the DJ. I'm the broadcaster. I don't know. That's all I am. Dennis Judichin out here racing with us tonight. You see Dennis out in the 47. Got the Bugs Bunny paint scheme. He's got a name for it. I'm not sure what it is, man. It looks like Bugs Bunny to me, but he's the bunny. There you go. Maybe he's going to be fast like a rabbit here tonight. Now 30 seconds left to go here in the practice session. We got some more drivers, I think, coming in as well that might miss the qualifications, but be able to join us in warm-up. Now, I do believe that we'll see if I loaded the keys to the race. There we go, the keys to the race tonight. Man, I got the right icon up there. Be patient with the passing, man. Corner entry is a significant one because you can choose different lines. This track is wide, and there are a lot of lines to go through the corners. High line, I think, is really preferred, but you can see some guys get a good run and kind of almost do kind of a slide job. You got to be careful there through the corner. So be careful with that passing. Be patient. Track position, pit stops on point, and limit the aggression. We say that just about every week. So those are the keys to the race as we finish up. So we are headed over to the qualifications. Let me get that keys to the race thing off there. That looks like it's off. Going to quals here at Richmond. Get a couple laps under green. Get your picks in for who you think is going to get on the pole there. I think it might be, let's see, Arthur Vieta. I think he might win the pole position. Been out here a little bit early and getting some laps in. Looks like headed over to qualifications now. We'll see how they shake out. Right now, 10 guys here joining us. One might get another one. Looks like he's entered and will not probably make it to quals, but Claudio Bardelli Jr. Like he is leading in points here. We'll see if Claudio gives the qualification effort. I think he will. This is Preston Hassel getting his qualification laps in. 47 car. Says he hails from the great state of Virginia. Hassel sponsored machine, longtime HORL guy, one of those old guard HORL guys, and I want to put an emphasis on the old. This kid there, 20.689. Preston Hassel, old and fast. Arthur Vieta says, I'm faster. I don't know how you say that in Portuguese, but there you go. Arthur Vieta. He's Preston Hassel, may start in P2. Gordon Carter in a 56 car. Out here getting his laps in. It looks like Gordon Carter is 41.051. Pierce Crone. Looks like he has gotten his laps in. Let's take a look at Giulio Caligari. Caligari 21.007 for Caligari, up to the 7th position. Dana Grover in the 89. Archie top time, 20.627. Preston Hassel, second. Claudio Bardello Jr., third. Sean Jenkins fourth. Gordon Carter is fifth. Let's see where Dana Grover can land. 21.014. Eighth on the grid there so far for Dana Grover. Pierce Crone, see what he is. His first race out here with us, I believe. Raced with us in the Truck Series. Did a great job. One of our new drivers driving into 1X tonight. .745 up to P4 for Pierce Crone. Second lap here. Let's see if he can better that. His tires warmed up a little bit. And 20.934 for that second lap. So Artur Vieta is our pole winner. So congratulations to Artur Vieta, wherever he's at. He's in the garage. Where you at, Arthur? Where you at? There you go. Artur Vieta gets the pole position. So congratulations to him. All right, these guys are now under the getting the drivers meeting. Well, appreciate everybody coming out here and watching this on TurnLeftTV. Always enjoy everybody's patronage. Let's get this party started. Hello, hello. Yeah, well, All right. Whoa, man, I had a little bit of an audio problem. Hit the wrong button. So it looks like qualifications got about 2 minutes left to go. I apologize for the problem there. I hit the wrong button. You know, I'm an amateur. What can I say? These guys have finished up qualifications. And if you are just joining us tonight, we are at Richmond Raceway. 130-lap race, race number 10 of the season. The final race of the season. And the point standings, I think Claudio Bardelli Jr. probably in the driver's seat. No pun intended. He's got a pretty substantial lead over P2. I think I don't really think points-wise there's an opportunity for somebody to be able to catch him, but we'll have to find out. There's only one way to find out, isn't it? And that's run a race. Check and make sure the picture-in-picture is working, or the side-by-side, I should say. Looks like working just fine. Always got to check that.
TurnLeftTV. 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 Your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas. Alright. Race fans, my heavens. My heavens. Buschwackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Top trucks! Nascar! IndyCar! GT3! Racing
All right, qualifications have ended, and we're going to give you the rundown. We are going to give you the rundown of who qualified where. How about that? Archer Vieira, what a shocker! I think I chose him. Preston Hassel qualifies in P2. Claudio Bardelli Jr. In the second Ford up there. Pierce Crone qualifies in the 4th position. Welcome, Pierce. Good luck to him tonight. In 5th, Sean Jacobs in the 24. Gordon Carter starts in the 6th position. Dennis Yuchin in the Toyota, the top Toyota, qualified in P7. Julio Galagare qualifies in the 8th position. Dana Grover in the 89 qualifies 9th. Givaldo Spindler qualifies in the 10th position. Ricky Novar has just joined us, so he did not make qualifications. Nonetheless, get out there and make it happen. We are now in the warm-up session. Going to highlight our friend Claudio Bardelli Jr., the points leader, and the maestro of Sober Tom Podcast, the maestro. So join him over there at Sober Tom Podcast on YouTube. Check him out, man. All things music. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is an artiste. Likes to play music, likes to sing. Entertain folks. And he has entertained us with his driving this season and every season. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. But a jack of all trades, man. Take a look at Preston Hassel. About just under 6 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. My pick to win this race tonight. My pick. I've already gotten the pole setters. I already picked the pole setter, so let's see. Can I do it? My pick? That guy right there, Archer Vieira. He's going in there to kiss the girls real quick. So that's my pick tonight. Archer Vieira. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. So he's got the right stuff. He's in there getting a few odds and ends taken care of. He'll be back out on the track. Probably get some practice laps in, or just be back out when the grid files in. He says, I'm going to beat you on the track, or I'm going to beat you in the pit area. Hey, Givaldo guessing as well. There you go, Givaldo. There's two people. Givaldo was picking Archer. Well, I don't know. Claudio might have something to say about that. He's leading in points. Who knows? Sean Jacobs might have something to say to that. 44 car. We both have sponsored Chevy, one of our Pennsylvania drivers. Julio Galagare! Whoa! Come on, Julio! Julio going for a ride there. So Julio going for a ride. Let's see what happened to him in the practice session. Got a couple guys here pushing it here. In the warm-up session, got a couple guys here pushing it. This is where you got to be careful, man. Right here, you're coming down off the track, down onto the apron. You're carrying a lot of speed, and you can get that car twisted around a little bit. And that looks like that's what happened, but I think he'll get that figured out. Lucci Punchy. Lucci Punchy, 98. Choosing Claudio Bardelli Jr. We got about 3 minutes left to go. Uh-oh, look who it is, man. Look who it is right there. That's right. It's Ritzky Novar. That's right, Raven Pup. And the Raven Pup Toyota. Good to see Ritzky out with us tonight. Dennis Uderton in the bunny rabbit. Where did I catch all these guys going down pit lane? Oh, it's because they're practicing pits. Right there's the pit entry line. That where that yellow line was with those barrels, that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. We'll take a look at it right there. That is the timing line, that yellow line. And that's important to understand because it's easy to speed here. Really easy to speed, especially under green flag condition. Pierce Chrome fast as well. He's coming down pit lane, so these guys definitely getting some pits practice in. Well, we know Claudio is going to win the championship, so that's an easy bet. But the more difficult situation is going to be who's going to win the race tonight. Hey, how about the 68? I got it. I'll lay some money on it. Could be Givaldo tonight. I'm telling you right now, that would be a hugely popular win. I know in my book it would be. I'll make a big deal about that one. I'll just join other Discord servers just to announce it. I'll throw some money on it. Let's do it. We'll give everybody a shot. When Givaldo's on his money, man, I'll tell you what, he is fast. Sometimes he just gets caught up in some other people's deal. And sometimes he's just too nice, too. You roll up on him, he's going to let you go. I mean, that's just the way he drives. He leads by example. And he has got a great attitude. Such a friendly dude to everybody. So we are just about finished with the warm-up session, and we're about ready to get it going. We about ready to get it going. So 130 lap race here tonight at Richmond. We better make this a good one. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go score a cross-country meet. I am super excited about that, huh? Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Let's put it that way.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, boys and girls. Here we go. Little night race, baby. Forgot to tell you it was nighttime. This is Richmond tonight. And let's give you the starting order. Take a look at the qualification positions here. Artur Vieta starts in P1. Preston Hassel starts in the second position, the 27 car. Claudio Bartelli Jr. starts in third. Pierce Crone starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth is Sean Jacobs. Gordon Carter starts in the sixth position. Dennis Uderchin starts in P7. Julio Caligari will start in the eighth position. Starting in ninth is Dana Grover in the 89. Starting in the 10th position, Givaldo Spindler in the 68. And starting in 11th is Ritzky Novar in the 10. All right. It's nighttime, and it is the right time. Nighttime is the right time. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? Who turned out the lights? God did. All right, Artur Vieta is going to lead the field to take the green flag. Here we go. The guys are yelling at me about the nighttime race. I don't blame them. It looks like a little dark there in a couple sections of the track, so keep our eye on that. It's really dark right there.
Green flag, go, go,
All
go.
right, green. Artur Vieta down to the inside, or starting on the inside. And we got a mess going on already. The 19, the 27, side by side. And Artur Vieta gotten around Preston Hassel or back around Preston Hassel. Those guys were side by side. Preston Hassel running in a second position. On board here with him. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, boy, he was up there. Looking around with that outside wall. Man, I'm not that brave.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag. Looks like Givaldo has come around. Givaldo Spindola has come around. Like on the infield here, so something happened with Givaldo, and we're under our first caution flag. Let's take a look and see what happened to Givaldo. So Givaldo, he's all right there. I'm watching this in the right spot. We got to rewind this here. Take a look here. Givaldo on the outside. It looks like Ritsky Novar and Givaldo might have gotten together there. A little bit of help there by Novar. And that's hard racing there through the tri-oval area. And Givaldo into inside wall, backing it into the inside wall. Again, you see right here coming off the corner, the 10 car gets up a little bit. Take a look at this dotted line. And it really funnels together right there as they come off and just contact. Looked like Givaldo might have came down a little bit too. So kind of a racing deal, but Givaldo hard into the inside wall. On board here with Ritsky Novar. She's right there, just tightened it up. And Givaldo getting the worst end of that deal into the wall. Take one more look at it. Right there as they come off, it's just a little moving down, a little bit moving up, I think. It's tough to make that call, and then just a tough break there, really. We go back to live here, and it does look like we got some guys on pit lane. Artur Vieta and Claudio Bardelli Jr. are both on pit lane. Take a look at this. This is interesting. So the race leader, our pole setter, he's come down pit lane. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Following him. You know, those guys are chatting with one another. They're fierce competitors, but Vieta, a little bit of an extended pit stop there. Maybe wanting to get all the fuel he can in that bad boy. So under a first caution flag here on lap 6. Looks like Preston Hassel says, all right, I'll do it too. 27 coming down pit lane. He's going to play a little fuel mileage as well. Preston Hassel making a pit stop here. Pierce Crone will now be our race leader here in the 1X car. Take a look at pit lane. Looks like it's a little bit of a busy place right now. Little busy place. Looks like Dana Grover is on pit lane. A little bit of lag right there. That'd be interesting. We usually have that with that view. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. We don't want that, do we? Always something, man. Always something to figure out. Maybe just a thing. It might be that night thing, too, but it's not lagging on the other computer. So those two computers are running that deal. One on one side, one on the other. Something going on with that feed. That's a little strange. Still having some lag issues there. Yeah, it does look like that's the case. So it's a tough deal there. See if you can't do a couple other things here to kind of peek it. Yeah. That would be. Might have to rely on that one. A little technical difficulties with the side-by-side. Usually pretty smooth. Might be the night thing, so. Track's got some eye candy on it, too. Peter Crone will lead the field to take the green flag.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. See Gordon Carter on the outside there is going to give some room to the 1X car. Use a little muscle to get around the 56, but Gordon Carter running in that second position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is third. And it looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. says, hey, man, let's do it. Let's go. Now battling Gordon Carter. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. is going to clear Gordon Carter. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. moving up. He wants to get a taste of that lead again. Or get a taste of the lead. Not in here just to take home the championship. He's here to win this thing. Now Giulio Caligari running in the fourth position. About to have a little battle here with Archie Vieta. Vieta to the inside. Caligari working this outside line through the front stretch into turn one. And you see right there, Archie Vieta is now going to the bottom side, trying to get enough grip to scooch past Giulio Caligari. We go back to live here. Let's take a look at replay. I think I was going to take a look at Dana Grover getting around Givaldo. Take a look at Dana Grover to the inside. Givaldo up on the outside line. Remember, Givaldo's got a little bit of damage he's dealing with. And the 89 able to get by. Now in P7, Givaldo falling back to the 8th position. Sean Jacobs is having some controller issues here. He's right in front of him. Right in front of him. Big deal there. Something happened there. Looks like Novar and Givaldo got together. Just as Sean Jacobs was making some laps, things parted for him, and he got through that. So a second caution flag here on lap 15. So a couple early cautions. Let's see what we got going on here. So right here, looks like Givaldo might have gotten into the outside wall. Remember, he had damage earlier, and then Ritzky just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and Dennis Yudichin made it through that. Wow. Dennis Yudichin made that. Look at this. We're talking about lucky. Right there, and then those guys could have slipped back up onto the track, and he just missed it. He just missed it. Wow. Novar, right here, Novar contact with Givaldo coming off the wall, and then sliding back up the track, and Yudichin just sneaks through. It looked like Givaldo just made contact with the outside ball. Remember, he had damage. And Ritzky Novar just edging through. He is, Dennis Yudichin edging through. Wow. Sean Jacobs might have had a ringside seat for some of this stuff. On board here with Sean Jacobs right there getting together. And he was able to get through no problem. Ritzky Novar taking some evasive move, making sure he doesn't get caught up in that. So second caution flag. More guys coming back down pit lane. I will attempt to show you pit stops here. In the side-by-side, we'll see. Come on, baby. Nope, not convinced. Not convinced. A little bit of laggy right there. Boy, I usually don't have that, so interesting situation there. That bums me out. I want to have that stuff working. Well, we are under caution number 2. And our leader is Pierce Crone in the 1X car. 89, Dana Grover is up front now. He's going to start on the outside. Dennis Yudichin and Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start P3, P4, respectively. Julio Caligari and Archie Vieta 5th and 6th. So some strategy going on. Little strategy here in the Buschwackers Series, the final race of the season. Well, we're gonna get her going green, I think. The lights are out on the pace car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start in the 3rd position. Julio Caligari starts in 4th. Man, that is really dark in that section of the track. I don't know who the track gurus are, but it'd be nice to throw another glow down there. Throw another glow so it accepts the light. I think that's how that works in rFactor 2. For the 1X, Pierce Crone will start on the inside, chosen the inside. It puts Dana Grover in the Toyota up on the outside line. Caligari and Bardelli side by side there in row 2. Archie Vieta and Preston Hassel, row 3.
Go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. Whoa! Dana Grover did not get going on that one. Dana Grover had a little trouble, and those guys got around in a hurry on that start. So Dana Grover, a little late to mash the throttle, and those guys jumped all over it. And Pierce Crone now having a battle with Bardelli Jr. A little early, and Archie Vieta sneaking through on board here with, look at that, Preston Hassel jumping up there as well. These guys are getting after it, man. Wow. Holy Toledo. Simmer down, boys. Simmer down. The 4-car able to get through that melee. Wow, how in the world did that happen? That got crazy. Take a look at this sequence here. There's contact between Bardelli Jr. and Crone, I believe. Maybe not. I think there might have been a little contact right there. Yeah, the 19 might have come down a little bit. Got into that one exit. Look at that. Well, Archibald says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Gentlemen, I'm gone. Preston Hassel there getting a couple of positions too. Oh, my heavens. Some racing going on here. Bardelli Jr. is loose right now. He might have boogered up those tires. And Bardelli Jr. now in fourth. We go back to live, and Dana Grover there giving him some grief right now. Bardelli Jr. got a little aggressive there on that start. And Archivetta says, I'm glad he did, man. I'm up in P1 now. Man. Vieta was ready to pounce when that happened. We'll take a look at that again. We'll take a look at Arthur Vieta's perspective. He's on board here with him. And these guys are going to get into one another right here. Oh! And Bardelli Jr. up the track. Vieta gaining that spot and then getting around the 1X car. Key positions in about 100 meters. Archibald just ran the fastest lap of the race with a 21.170. He is not messing around. Peter Crone does not want to let him go as well. Peter Crone first raced with us on Wednesday in the Truck Series and did a great job, man. A lot of knowledge about racing. He's sort of learning the ins and outs right now at High Octane Racing League, and he is competitive here. Ritsky Novar and Gordon Carter side by side. Novar in the 10. He's had to dodge a few incidents. Got involved with Givaldo earlier. He's trying to recover. He is running now in the 8th position. He gets by Gordon Carter. Sean Jacobs, as we mentioned, is having some issues as far as controllers. His pedals are not reacting. So some mechanical issues going on right now for the 24, which is why he is back in the 7th position. But if he has full song, he'd be up there racing with those boys. Kubota sponsored Chevy. And Nick Roby here looking to get a little racy here with Claudio Bardelli Jr. Lap 31. These guys are getting after it. Trax VR number 89 car running in the 5th position. Giulio Caligari in the 6th car. He's closing in on the 89, so he's going to be up in this mix. That JB Rancing sponsored Chevy, one of our great Brazilian drivers. I've said this time and time again, man. I'm sort of know a segment of the population, a very specific population segment, I should say. And but I want to say that the Brazilians are passionate about racing, dude. I did not know that before I joined sim racing in rFactor 2. And I have been lucky enough to befriend many of them in the rFactor 2 sim racing community. Not that I'm bragging or nothing, but I like that, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Even taught me a little Portuguese. I can say a few things. Take a look at Denis Junichin here running the 47 car, hailing from the great country of Ukraine. He lives in Kharkiv. Things have been busy for him, man. We send out our thoughts and prayers to all those folks, all those civilians, all those folks who try to protect their loved ones and neighbors and fellow citizens. So Dennis, part of his job is to get up and help repair power stations, and he's been a busy guy. So we always thinking about Dennis out here getting back to some normal stuff and try to add some normalcy to his life. I cannot possibly imagine what he's going through, man. So we love Dennis Uterchin, that is for sure. We love that boy. Slava Ukraine. Take a look at this. Givaldo has some damage. He's 11 seconds down, so he's been on pit lane for a pretty extended amount of time. He's just trying to salvage a decent little run here to finish out this season. He'll be back strong next season, no doubt. Maybe even compete for a championship. Archie Vieira has about a half a second lead over Pierce Crone. It'll be interesting to see how this tire situation works out, or the different strategies as far as driving line will work out between these two guys. So they seem like they're pretty equal in speed right now. Looking at about 3.5, 4 tenths separating the two. Giulio Caligari battling Dana Grover side by side across the start-finish line. Grover on the outside. Caligari squeezing that car through. It's still side by side. Trying to squeeze that car up to the high side, and Dana Grover is all over him right now. Dana Grover does not want to give that position up, but he made him earn it, that is for sure. So the 6th car, Giulio Caligari, making a pass on the 89. He had to work for that one. Woo, they've been racing for a little bit, too. Caligari had to earn that one, and he got it. Preston Hassel running in P3. Good long run here, 42 laps in. Got a couple caution flags early on, but this is looking like a green flag feel. These guys come around, got to get an idea of where everybody's at on the track. Got to learn to fly my drone a little bit better. I'm getting there. Need a gimbal. What I need. It's hard for me to free up the camera and then turn it without some stuttering and so forth. I should say stuttering, but not being smooth. Justin Neto, where you been, brother? Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Great information right there, Jelson. Thank you so much. Jelson Neto just informed us that it is Giulio Caligari's birthday. Happy birthday, Giulio. How about that? What is he, 29 again? That's great, man. Out here racing. Well, yesterday was his birthday, but out here racing with us. Feliz Aniversario, Giulio Caligari. And spinning it, well, yesterday was, so we didn't see him yesterday, but we see him today out here racing with us. Who knows, man? Might be a lucky day for him. He's got a good run. He's in the top 5 right now. He's in the top 5. Gordon Carter dropping back here a little bit on this run. He is running in the 9th position. There's Uterchin just behind him. Ricky Novart just ahead in P8. Sean Jacobs running in the 7th position. Dana Grover is in 6th. Giulio Caligari, as we mentioned, is in P5. That battle between Vieira and Crone has changed a little bit, as Vieira has been able to extend the lead to 0.7 of a second. So doubled that lead basically when we last checked on him. Caligari not messing, or excuse me, Archivieta not messing around. And about an 0.8 of a second gap now, anywhere from 7 to 8 to 9 tenths. So kind of jumping around a little bit. Mitchell Preston Hassel running in P3. Good run here for him. Does a lot of setup development. He's one of those old guard, as I mentioned, old guard HORL guys at 27 Castrol-sponsored Ford. Tonight is running in the third position. Pierce Crone tried to do whatever he can to try to hold on to the back of Archivieta. Now jump back up to about 6/10, so he has been a little faster here in the last few laps. And that is, he's closing up here. We are 54 laps in. And he's starting to close in on Vieta. Maybe Vieta burned up his tires a little bit. These guys now sort of tighten it up. 3/10, so it does look like that camera guy. Let's fire the camera guy, man. What do you do, fall? No, he hit the wrong button on his keyboard. Battle tightening up here. Not a great entry there for Crone on that one. Gave up a little bit of time. Check on Sean Jacobs and Dana Grover. These guys starting to get in a little bit of a fist fight. Sean Jacobs said his pedals weren't operating very well, but I don't know. He might have been sandbagging on us, and oh boy, look at this, couple Toyotas. By trying to use that hole that Sean Jacobs made, and these guys closing in on Caligari as well. Look at this. This has gotten busy in a hurry. Sean Jacobs getting a little aggressive now. Caligari dropping back, but Novar and Grover battling. This is a wad of cars. Wad of cars at 24 got through. Man. Let's take a look at this. Look at this. 24 goes down to the bottom. He's got Dana Grover on the outside. Throws it into the corner. And Novar says, thank you very much. I will use that space. And look at that. Oh, and he drifted up the track a little bit. The 10 car did. Good racing. Great stuff. As Peter Crone is on pit lane as we go back live. Man. So Peter Crone making a pit stop. Wherever he's at. So definitely still some lagging going on there, man. I just don't know what's going on. A little bit of a bummer. But I'd be solving that right now, but it's not working. Tightening up the boy. Isn't that wild how you 1 week? I think it's probably the night. I think it's probably the camera stuff. That'd be my guess. Archivieta says, camera schmamera, get it back on me. I'm leading this race. I always like to film the pits in that second one, so you can get some still shots there, but once they get off pit lane, it'd probably be good to get away from it. Always something. Worked fine last week. Come out this week. The only thing that's different is it's a night race. Well, that may be an issue. 89 of Dana Grover indicating he is coming down pit lane. So the 89 diving onto pit lane. Watch it right here. Woo. Maybe not speed. Santa Claus is watching. So Grover is on pit lane. Taking some service. Archivetta continue to lead here on lap 66. Grover finishing up his pit stop. Now coming out on track. What a bummer. Quit whining about it. Well, he's back out on track in 2 laps down now in the 89, but a little bit off sequence in the pit strategy department. Preston Hassel now up to P2 as Pierce Crone has made his pit stop. Preston Hassel now closing in on Vieta a little bit. Trying to close in and close that gap. 1.2 seconds separate the two of those guys. .70 laps in. Archivetta the leader, Preston Hassel second, Claudio Bardelli Jr. third, Sean Jacobs fourth, and Ricky Novar is sitting in the 5th position. Check out that gap between the two of them. I think about 1.4 seconds. Caligari indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Giulio Caligari, the birthday boy, down to the inside. And we're not going to give him any extra kilometers per hour just because it's his birthday. And he is being really, really cautious too. Really cautious. He does not want to speed. He realizes that could be devastating here or would be devastating here at Richmond. And Caligari taking some service here on lap 73. Down off the jacks here, and we'll submit to you that he is going to want to get that off pit lane as quickly as possible, but not speed. Looks like a good clean pit stop there by the 6th car. The 6th car. Giulio Caligari. Sean Jacobs indicating he's coming down pit lane. So the Kubota-sponsored Chevy. We knew right away tonight he was pretty lowballing his possibilities of doing well here tonight. And I know he's not happy where he's at. He's had a pretty decent race, but it does look like, with the pedal situation, that has definitely affected him. And you see there a little bit of a hedge to get on the pit lane into his pit box. Well, he's finished up his pit stop, now coming back out. Be a lot better off. It'd be a lot better, more interesting if you actually saw animated pit crews. I know it's my weekly complaint. Say, let's get some animated pit crews, man. Come on, let's do it. We got blimps and pterodactyls and everything else flying over the track. Let's do it. Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane. He says, I'll do you one better. Giving up the race lead, come down pit lane. Caligari wants to put it with no question at all that he's going to win this championship. So Caligari making a pit stop. Silver Tom Podcast, Ford, our points leader coming into tonight. And I think, unless my math is that horrible, I think he's going to be the champion after it's all said and done. He wants to get the win, though. There's no doubt about that. And he's finishing up his pit stop now. Our new race leader is Pierce Crone in a 1X. He's got about half a second lead over Vieta. So the script is flipped here. It was Vieta leading by about 4/10. And I shouldn't say 4/10 now. Vieta is now down about 8.5 seconds. So Pierce Crone made an early pit stop in this sequence. And Vieta as just a few laps ago, about 5 or 6 laps ago, Crone is the leader. Bardelli Jr. sits third, Hassel fourth, Grover up to the 5th position. Dana Grover in the 89. Want to close in on Preston Hassel. Hassel up ahead in the 27 car. Dana Grover usually has a late race car. Kind of bides his time, maybe tests the waters a little bit throughout the race, getting aggressive, taking some positions. Sometimes I will say that has, getting racy early has not benefited him. He's gotten caught in some kerfuffles, if you will. But here he is, 82 laps in, definitely on the back half of this race. He's running in the 5th position and trying to close in, pick up a spot. Preston Hassel ahead in that 27 car, Claudio Bardelli Jr. So you've got some big names up there. That's for sure. Pierce Crone continuing to lead. That lead has diminished to about 5.5 seconds. So Vieta is on the move on those fresher tires, getting around Givaldo. And a pretty clear track ahead up to Caligari. Caligari is running in 1 lap down in the 10th position. It looked like that might have been Bardelli Jr. he got around. Bardelli Jr. running in the 3rd position. Vieta trying to close in. It's down about 4.5 seconds. So they are on different pit sequences. So maybe some strategy. A little pit strategy. A little different sequences between the race leader and our 4-car running in P2. Gordon Carter here now trying to take a position on Sean Jacobs. To the inside is a 56 high place moving sponsor Chevy. A couple Chevys here duking it out. And Sean Jacobs way up the track there. I don't know if he made contact with that outside wall. But Grover able to get by. Gordon Carter able to get by. They're both going to say, yeah, you think all Canadians look alike. Hey. Look at that. Jacobs up the track there quite a bit. Looks like he's able to stay out of the wall. Thought he might have gotten into the wall, but deceptive. Here's Crone continuing to lead. Lead is down to 3.5 seconds. So Vieta is on the way. You see Dennis Shuderchin just behind. Dennis Shuderchin is 1 lap down as he's in the lucky dog position. I think for me, if I'm in this position, I'm like, I don't really care about using up my stuff. As long as I'm right here, I'm in the lucky dog spot. If there's a crash, I'm going to get a lap back. There's no sense in me overdriving this 47 car to try to get back the tail end of the lead lap. You're in the lucky dog spot. No panic. All aboard here with the bunny. The 47 car. Givaldo down off the track. You see it on the inside as Uderchin goes by. So Givaldo making a pit stop there, it looks like. Givaldo 13 laps down. He's had some trouble here tonight as well. And that car not behaving very nicely for him tonight. He is going to duck into his pit stop for another pit stop here on lap 91. Kind of look at that gap that exists between Vieta and Krohn to see that is now down to 2.5 seconds. Vieta, who is not in our picture here, in our frame, will be very soon if it continues at this rate. Remember, Pierce Krohn did pit a little bit earlier. Vieta is really closing in a hurry here, so maybe these tires are starting to give up a little bit on the 1X with the older tires. 2-second gap, now under 2 seconds. Well, going back up. I'll just stop calling balls and strikes. It's about 2 seconds. There you go. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running into third position. He is about 3.5 seconds off the race lead. So he's on the same straightaway. Got a 1.5 seconds behind Artie Vieta. And Vieta is down under 2 seconds, closing in on Pierce Krohn. Here on lap 96. It will be interesting if the strategy stays the same. If these guys are going to change it up a little bit, maybe follow what Krohn's doing when he comes down. Because if you got another pit stop in you, you might have enough to be able to make it to the end. And if you pit early, you can get out to a big lead on these guys. And these guys will be out on little tires, pit a little bit later, and then have to use some time to try to catch up. So there's some strategy going on right now. There is some strategy going on. We are hearing some guys are going to be coming down pit lane here very soon, and we'll update that. So we're bound to. Dana Grover has indicated he's coming down pit lane. So maybe pit stops underway. We take a look at Dana Grover here in the 89. So here on lap 99, the 89 Trax VR Toyota is on pit lane. So he may be leading the charge here as far as pit stops. You know, maybe some of these guys, these other guys are going to come down pit lane here soon. It does look like he is done with his pit stop. And coming back out on track. Said I wasn't going to use that anymore, didn't I? It's not doing that on the actual computer, so it's something to the feed. I'm going to figure that out. Here's Krohn, the leader, 1.6 seconds. So that shrinking of the gap there between P1 P2 has slowed, in my opinion. So Vieta maybe burn him up a little bit, trying to close in on Pierce Krohn. Grover on fresher tires is now all over the back of Artie Vieta. Now Grover had just come off pit lane. He's got fresh tires on that Toyota. And Vieta is wanting to continue to close the gap. This is going to make it a little interesting for him. I'd let him go and then fall behind him, personally, but Vieira didn't want to relinquish that spot. Grover with the stronger tires, the better tires, is going to get around. And that's going to cause Vieira maybe to scrub off a little bit of time catching, so he drops back to around 1.3. Appear to be faster. Now, you can get this paid back to you in a way when you get Grover closing in on Pierce Krone, and that does look like that's happening. Dennis Judichin letting those guys go by, but 89 fast on these new tires. He is 2 laps down, and he is in a hurry. He's in a hurry right now. And see, that's going to open up the opportunity for Vieira to be able to close the gap right there. Now it's down to 4/10. Just letting 89 go by has tightened the race lead up. And the 1X indicating he's coming down pit lane. So Pierce Krone realizes that Vieira, now a little bit fresher tires, catches him. And Pierce Krone is on pit lane. Vieira back to the race lead. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in second will, I believe, when it's all said and done tonight, be our champion, our Season 3 champion. And how many championships does the Sober Tom crew have under their belts, man? A lot. You know, whenever the season starts, that Bardelli Jr. is going to be there battling for a championship at season end. About Ritsky Novar running in P4, the Raven Puff sponsored 10. One of our Indonesian drivers, man, they got some. They got a big crew there in Indonesia that just absolutely loves sim racing. I want to send out our thoughts and well wishes and our love to Mata and Dika. I'm going to mention that right now. Hopefully somebody watching this, one of our Indonesian brothers, will hear this. Lap 112, and we're definitely thinking about Mata. What a great dude, man. And the Penguin family, as he calls them, his penguins, his kids and his wife. And we're definitely thinking about Mata tonight. So if you know Mata, send him your well wishes, and let him know you're thinking about it. I know I am. Raven Puff out here carrying the torch for the Indonesian drivers. He's running in to the 4th position. Good run here for Raven Puff. Ritsky Novar. Gordon Carter, top 5 run. Got about 16 to go. This is an interesting situation here. I don't know if Vieira can make it. I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting here as Gordon Carter running in P5 in a high place moving Chevy. I just started looking up there and really thinking about, hey, man, we're approaching 15 laps to go. And Vieira is off sequence to Krone, where Krone is a lap down after making that pit stop. And I've got to ask myself here, hey, do these guys who are out on the track right now that are on the lead lap, do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? Always the drama. Always drama. I have to think that Vieira does have the fuel to be able to get to the end. I mean, whatever the case may be, I just can't imagine him. I just can't imagine him, with Pierce Krone knowing that those two are battling each other. I probably would have. I didn't have enough fuel. but I knew I could make it a little bit further. I think I would have probably just come in with it. We'll see. Not knowing what exactly the fuel mileage situation is out of these guys. Here's Crone as trying to get work what he can to get his lap back. Getting around Bardelli Jr. Now setting his sights on Vieira. Vieira is a lap ahead. Here's Crone now is in the lucky dog position. And he is really driving this car in those fresh tires after making a pit stop. So off-sequence pitting, strategy playing out here. Who's got the winning formula? Ricky Novar closing in on Preston Hassel. Novar to the inside in the Toyota. Preston Hassel in the Ford. Going to give up a spot. He is now running in P4 as Ritsky Novar moving up to P3. So late race pass here for Ritsky Novar. Gaining a position. Good top 5 run there. It does look like Preston Hassel may be. We're maybe a little bit after the fact there. Preston Hassel, we'll take a look at this, is letting the 56 and the 24 get by. So Hassel starting to give up some spots. Maybe looking at a fuel situation. Crone has gotten back on the lead lap as Vieira trying to close this out with about across the start-finish line. We'll have 7 laps to go, and I'm wondering if the 4 car actually has enough juice to make it to the end. Bardelli Jr. is there to keep him honest. He's about 8/10 back. So Vieira can't be too conservative here on the way he drives this car. Bardelli Jr. might have a little bit better fuel mileage going on. 9/10. So 8, 9/10 there separate P1, P2. Pierce Crone has gotten back on the lead lap. But unless these guys have to come down pit lane, I think they're okay. You know, he's not going to be able to catch them. Only so much you can do on new tires. And Vieira is trying to squeeze every drop out of this run. Sean Jacobs now battling here with Gordon Carter in the 56. Side by side here as they come off the corner. And Sean Jacobs in the 24. Brake pedal issues and all is going to gain that position. He's now up to the 4th spot, and he's setting his sights on Ritsky Novar now. You know, lap 126. And I tell you what, Sean Jacobs has really caught up to Novar in a hurry. Down on the inside, Sean Jacobs ain't fooling around. He's not fooling around. He's got a late race car. He's now in P3. How about that? Sean Jacobs with the Kubota Chevy. Putting the tin car behind him. And Artur Vieira, 3 laps to go for him. He's extended that lead ever so slightly on Claudio Bardelli Jr., but I don't think you can be too conservative here. This is the time to make it happen. Two laps to go for Artur Vieira. Vieira in the 4 car. A little bit different pit strategy. One lap to go for Artur. And it looks like it's all over but the shouting here as Artur Vieira in the 4 car. Fuel strategy, pit stop strategy, I should say, and wins this race here at Richmond. So a great job to Artur Vieira. Another win for that guy. He's got a bunch of them. The champion here at HORL. not only the Saturday Night Thunder, but also the Buschwackers Series, and he gets the win. So congratulations to Arthur. Great job. And great strategy. Got some Soul TV logo on there as well. NASCAR BR sponsored Chevy getting the big win. Yet celebrating. Final race of the season, and Arthur Vieta picking up the win. So a little fuel save strategy, maybe a little pit strategy out of Arthur Vieta tonight, and congratulations to him. Let's take a look at the final results. Take a look at the final results. Arthur Vieta gets the win. Claudio Bardelli Jr. seals the deal, but finishes in the second position. He's going to be our champion. Sean Jacobs finished in the third position. Gordon Carter, good run there for him. Fourth. Preston Hassel kind of fell off there on that last little run and very, very late. Kind of disappointed himself, but he has a fifth place finish, man. You can't sneeze at that. Pierce Crone, but the strategy kind of didn't work out in his favor. He led a lot of laps, finished in P6 in his first race out. Ritzky Novar and Dennis Uderchin mashed up there with the Toyotas. 7th and 8th. Giulio Caligari finished in the 9th position. Finishing in 10th is Dana Grover. And finishing in the 11th position is Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. So big win for Arthur Vieta in tonight's race. So congratulations to Arthur. Well, amazing run there for him. Very, very good run for Arthur Vieta. So congratulations to him. And our champion is Claudio Bardelli Jr. So we're going to get Claudio down here. Hey, Claudio! Congratulations. Oh, let me unmute you. Go ahead. Congratulations. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oh man, interesting race, man. The back half of that race, Arthur and Pierce Crone had kind of different pit strategies. For a bit, you were kind of closing in on Arthur. Maybe he was saving some fuel. Not sure. Did you have a feeling there was some, fuel save strategy on his part in the last bit to be able to win the race?
Try and me and Arthur, I think, this stopping in the pit in 73, 74, but the fuel total is 60 laps, more or less, and I try to maintain in the begin the race, save fuel, but in the final is a problem to Preston, Sean, and the other guys, and no problem fuel, but I finished 2.5 liters.
Well, another championship for you. A lot of competition here in this series, but you seem to have had something figured out here where you're able to, the strategy. Sometimes things work out in your favor, but, you have really shown, the guys in this league how to drive a car. And how does it feel to have another championship under your belt?
I'm happy again. But this car is good for me. This league is good. You have a good good work in the HORL. You, Sean, Preston, Gordon, and thing then is very good race to HORL. I like it. I'm happy to another championship.
You know, you only get to celebrate your championship for like 7 days, because next week we start a brand new series and another charge for a championship. And can the Samba man put another one together? He's starting in Daytona next week.
Next week I'm not race, but I'm in vacations 1 week, and I try to in 9 races compensate this.
You're supposed to tell your wife that you guys are going to leave on Saturday and you got a race on Friday. Hey, congratulations, Potter Bands, Claudio, and thank you for participating here at High Octane Racing League, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you. Good night and good Sunday.
Thank you.
Saturday. Thank you.
That's Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us up here in the booth, and going on vacation with the missus. Uh-oh. So, hey, here's the deal. Here's the way you can do both at the same time. Bring your sim rig with you on vacation. Oh, hey, congratulations, Claudio. Great championship. Another one in the books for Claudio. That's amazing. He is an amazing driver. It's been a wealth of information for us, too, and help here at High Octane Racing League. We wouldn't be where we are now without the participation, the advice, the expertise of Claudio. Really should mention that. So congratulations there to him. And we'll take a look at what's coming up next season. Let me switch schedules. The next season schedule coming up. There we go. Daytona kicking it off. Darlington coming up on... that off there. Darlington coming up the second race of the season. See, the Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway will be race 3. Bristol Motor Speedway, for the first time, will do the Steve Freeze Memorial Race from Bristol. 200-lap race coming up on September the 12th. You want to mark that on your calendars, man. Steve Freeze meant so much to us here at High Octane Racing League, and we want to race in his honor every year. So the Steve Freeze Memorial, a big one, coming up on September the 12th. Wow, first half of the season, some big racetracks, man. New Hampshire finishing out that first half of the season. You see Kansas, Charlotte Road Course, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Talladega, and Martinsville on the back half of Season 4. Things kick off next week. Daytona. How about that? So Bardelli Jr. doesn't have a long time to celebrate and roll around in his championship. He's going to have to get busy for next season. And he'll be back and strong again, no doubt. Saturday Night Thunder will be right back here tomorrow night at Richmond. 130-lap race number 2 of the season. And it's the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. It's starting at 9 p.m. High Octane Racing League Top Trucks will be back in action on Wednesday at Vegas, baby. Race number 2 of the season. It's a 100-lap race. And wow, what a fun series. I had a great race myself at last week in the Truck Series. So this is some great racing. I think we had 16 drivers on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll have a good mix coming up this Wednesday at Vegas. That's a good track, too. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server? There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about hosting your website or your online store? You can see EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me tonight. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. A lot of people out here watching the races and so forth joining in, and love to have you subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to smash the bell as well. You get updates when races are going live. We really appreciate everybody supporting the channel. And all those new followers, all the people who've been here from the very beginning. I really appreciate that. That's going to do it for me tonight, boys and girls. I have had a lot of fun. Congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. for winning the championship. And we'll see you next season. I am out of here.